Thank you Identity for sponsoring today's video.
Is iMac? iMac.
iMac, designed to perform, designed to impress, and most importantly, designed with M1. The new iMac 2021 is here, and with it, Apple have brought a new design to the table with some awesome features. Coming in 7 different colors, this is an iMac unlike any iMac Apple has produced before, and so people of the internet, I'm here to deliver an experience of what the 24-inch M1 iMac can offer. Subscribe for a lot more. This year's model is meant to replace the 21.5 iMac to deliver greater performance and a better design. With a 4.5K Retina display delivering a total of 4480 by 2520 pixels, we are spoiled with a total of 11.3 million pixels, 400 nits of brightness, and over a billion colors, meaning that we get an awesome, brilliant, and vivid viewing experience. There has been a huge controversy regarding its white glass bezels because black bezels are said to improve the contrast of the screen, which yields better focus, but as Dave 2D said, this is a home product to make a space look good. With white bezels, it's easy to match any type of environment, and I absolutely had no issues pairing this with my gray walls. The reality is that this iMac design is just 11.5mm thin with an astonishing side profile, great tilt, light at 9.9 pounds, and a gorgeous backplate with solid materials and vibrant colors. But the biggest question here is, why the chin? Not only it's memorable and iconic, but behind it we've got the hardware, powering 4 USB-C ports with 2 dedicated Thunderbolt 3 ports, an audio jack, and surprisingly we've got an Ethernet port under 143 watt power adapter. Clever, although the lack of an SD card reader even on the side and the limited Ethernet jack at 1 gigabit Ethernet is disappointing. Not only that, but on the base model you only get 2 USB-C ports with Thunderbolt 3 and no Ethernet port. On that note, the accessories are great. We do have great attention to detail on the box, color match braided cables including the MagSafe connector that is also color matched and anodized. But MagSafe is not so MagSafe because disconnecting it takes quite some force, leading to the fact that it drives your computer regardless. A redesigned Magic Mouse 2 with a side connector would have been awesome, but it still has that compact design for traveling, an awesome feel when clicking, and a seamless scroll. With a quick 3-minute charge to last for a day's work, it takes between 2 to 3 hours for a full charge from 0 to thereabouts, and the keyboard, well, I'm impressed. It is extremely light at 0.5 pounds, delivers an Apple-like typing experience, and has a fingerprint sensor for only an extra $50 from the base iMac's keyboard. It is great for things such as unlocking your device, security, and Apple Pay, and no need to worry if you press it by accident because it will most likely not lock the screen. This key needs a bit more weight to it in case of misuse. With 1mm travel, these keys do feel softer and quieter. And I do hate to see the launchpad key completely gone, so Apple, please bring it back. It still has that gorgeous aluminum enclosure that is color matched to your iMac. It offers no backlighting, but still has that unlimited like battery life. Apple does offer an extended Magic Keyboard model with both Touch ID and a numeric keypad for an extra $80 instead. Elsewhere, Apple has upgraded the camera, microphones, and speakers. The new iMac includes a 1080p camera that looks extremely awesome, but it would have been even crazier to integrate center stage into it. With proclaimed studio quality mics and a 6-speaker sound system, this does deliver that ultimate audio experience.
Je vais te dire ce qu'il fait. Il fait comme faisait son père avant lui. Il vole.
C'est pas vrai.
C'est un voleur, un orgueilleux.
C'est faux.
D'ailleurs, il se fiche bien de toi et de ta mère.
Vous mentez, c'est pas vrai.
I do have to say though, my biggest complaint is that if you want to VESA mount it, you need to order a total different unit, which really does suck. Now, this year's model offers the M1 cooled with only 2 fans behind the chin, running at only 10 decibels. But this is only true for the advanced models, as the base model only runs with a single fan. On full load, when exporting files from Premiere Pro, the fans were quiet and we had decent temperatures. And I was still as surprised at the performance this machine had to deliver. Editing S-Log 3 at 4K from an XAVC HS codec was manageable. Even though I'm editing 10-bit 420, I was really impressed by the performance when throwing very heavy files at it. And I've decided to pretty much use every single hardware I review to edit all the assets necessary for their videos. So Lightroom and Photoshop performed great, but I don't think this is a device for only the pro people. The performance the M1 delivers is great, as we've seen it with the MacBook Pro and the MacBook Air. Handling multiple Google Chrome tabs even though I'm running 8GB of RAM is perfect, and the Safari experience blows it out of the water. But if you want a more enhanced experience or your browser for free, you can change your start page to Identity. Identity declutters the web and really helps with organization when it comes to browsing the net. Organizing everything in one place and keeping those tabs minimal with the help of tiles is extremely satisfying. You can use these tiles to launch a website and manage your passwords within them for a memorable authentication. When you click a tile, the password is automatically copied to your clipboard, allowing you to use shortcuts to quickly paste it in. In addition to that, with the help of their search feature, you can look for specific tiles, categories, notes, which allow you to become more mindful and productive in one place. And to top it all off, you can easily sync your Google Calendar with Identity and have access to your upcoming activities to keep you up to date. So if you value being organized, Identity is a great personal information manager that organizes everything you do online in one place. You can use the link in the description to try Identity for free and make your browsing experience even better. But for me personally, this is a work from home productivity powerhouse. With a 1080p camera in this device, you're sure to have a well-rounded Zoom call for whenever you're working at home. And with Apple Music announcing spatial audio with Dolby Atmos, it almost makes me want to leave Spotify for good. Listening to music while you're writing an essay, making PowerPoints, or simply budgeting on Excel is great. I happen to know web development, and it's nice being able to deal with a Unix-based platform. I can install tools associated with my development easily, use VS Code to jump into any web development project, and go as far as learning iOS development with Swift by using Xcode and the Playground. And lately, I went out of my way to download a heavy third-party software to develop enterprise-grade software fast, and it ran like a charm. So yes, I've been mostly playing with it and testing the day-to-day productivity to ensure it's well worth it. I just hope you're not planning on playing video games on it such as World of Warcraft, because it won't yield the performance you are looking for. Although playing Minecraft wasn't too much of a burden, but as soon as I had Photoshop or any heavy software open with it, it lagged. Which raises the question, should you get 8 or 16GB of RAM? With the way M1 handles programs and multitasking, I'd say the average consumer will survive with 8GB, but as soon as you start doing some creative work and even iOS development, things may start crashing. On top of that, Apple offers an extra 256GB of storage for only an extra $200. Worth it? Well, it depends. I'd rather use a cloud storage solution or separate disks to keep my files accessible and avoid losing data if anything happens to my device. If anything, in my opinion, it's well worth it to spend that extra $200 on RAM, but I think we all have different case scenarios. Just don't forget that with the base model, you'll find yourself with a 7-core GPU and a single fan. However, is the iMac overall a good purchase? For the starting price of $1,299, we are getting a lot. Not only we are getting a performance chip, but also a mouse, a keyboard, and a 4.5K Retina display. So if you were to buy a Mac Mini and try to match these specs with it, it will cost you a pretty penny. Honestly, if you're coming from the iMac 27-inch, I'd say wait till the new processors come out. If not, I would consider the upgrade. Nevertheless, the machine isn't perfect. The lack of ports makes it feel incomplete for a desktop, leading to the fact that most of us will need a USB-C hub in addition. If you're not a long-term Apple user, the Magic Mouse will most likely not be your cup of tea. The ergonomics are weird, the charging port is awkwardly placed, and your right click becomes control click instead. Spotify behaves weird at times, but this has been an issue correlated to M1 since we haven't seen Apple's silicon upgrade. So expect the crashes, and I heavily encourage you to use the web app instead. And if you happen to hate the white bezels, well, there is a turnaround. Get a dbrand skin for it. Even though I was planning on showing you guys the most recent practical features of Monterey's beta, I thought it would be better to wait for the full OS and do a whole tour with it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this review. I've got a bit of a networking space to set up because next week I'm going to be upgrading my network and giving you guys a full office tour. I will see you then. Take care.